Yo, 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 yo! It's your boy. It's hi again. Hold on. Hi, it's me. Hello. Sorry, I've been gone for a while. I don't know if I showed it on the last part, but hi, microphone. Now you can't check on my mouth. Now I look like I'm a ventriloquist, and I don't know if you can tell that I'm talking right now, but you'll never know. Anyway, sorry. Okay, yes, let's just go with it, guys. Hi, hello. We're playing game. I forgot. We were supposed to. He wanted me to go to sleep, right? I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's run. Hi, welcome back to the pseudojim Let's Play channel, aka pseudopods. I'm just gonna be a Let's Player, guys. Those days were simpler, I think. What are you thinking? What's he thinking? Oh! Book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Oh, okay. It's a good thought. That's a nice thought to have. Great. Oh shit, it's banging.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
No.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum.
Maybe I should lick. I feel like I want to lick it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Your mesolimbic reward pathway is going wild.
I'm only gonna lick it a little bit.
Lick
though.
it, lick it, lick it. Your receptors chant. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I drifted into my own thoughts, and now this happened.
We should move.
Yeah, sorry.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type.
What?
Yes. Guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop.
Oh.
The cop who's sorriest.
Oh.
Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
But what are the other couple types?
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop.
Liquid
But
shadow.
you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
Won't the other couple types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm actually not sorry. Change my mind. Fucking, they should be sorry.
Yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up.
Should I just...
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Oh. Thanks, Logic. What was that? -1 authority, embarrassment to the party. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent? A flagellant, oh man. This is testing my knowledge right now. I'm sorry. This is still kind of early for me. Also, why does it say THC here? Interesting. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of the feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh off from your back with a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it wasn't your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something of importance from your past, your guilt-ridden past. Okay, sure. It's only 6 hours. I'm sure sleeping would help this, right? Okay. Was I supposed to... I want to sing, but I have to talk to this guy, don't I?
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's
Kind of
why.
obvious, yeah.
And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
We need those keys, please.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Oh, sick. About the money I owe you.
What thing?
What thing? I saw a sign. It said mess hall is reserved for the union.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings.
Disdain?
Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
What are you trying to say?
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
You're above gratuitous baiting. I'll retaliate.
I
Fuck it.
don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Good question.
Yeah, why isn't anybody here?
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere, or laying low after the, lynching.
Whatever he may feel about you, he can't miss the opportunity to throw you a look of what he assumes is shared understanding. Go with it.
Okay.
Yeah. The union guys think they're untouchable. They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and now think they can hide out till it all blows over, and it's fair weather again in Martinez.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Thing-based question? Oh, okay, I see. Thing. How about the money?
Yes. Have you got it?
How much was it
A
again?
lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Sheesh.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I was about to say something. Sure, go for it, Kim.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Still have my key.
Good luck trying to use it.
Oh.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
Guess I'll break it.
Oh, wonderful. Try to do that. I'll have to call you an ambulance. Not until you bring me...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
I'm gonna sing karaoke.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
I thought I did have like a cassette or something. Guess not. Never mind. Just kidding. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So hi. It's been a while. I don't actually remember where the last time I uploaded. I've been here. I've been around. I don't know what I've been doing actually. Again, I don't remember when the last one was
Inside,
updated.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell.
Oh.
Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Okay.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are these things?
There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When
Oh.
the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning.
Oh.
There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
Yeah. Hell yeah for vanity.
Vanity he wouldn't mind.
What do you mean confiscate?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
Nice. I get it. They're mesmerizing.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
You want to put them on your machine?
No, that would be silly.
He hesitates.
I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners.
Oh.
That would be outrageous.
Outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
Oh, I feel so bad, Kim.
Thank you.
No. Appreciate.
The lieutenant nods as you take the...
Oh, I feel so bad. He wanted the spinners. He wanted to put them on. Oh man, I feel like shit. I'm sorry, Kim. All right. So what's been going on with me? I have really itchy pits.
Hello.
I'm just gonna leave it at that right
I
now.
can help you with anything.
Do you know about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
But didn't you hear it when the...
Now that I think about it, I
Yeah.
do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
You don't have any idea. Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
Let me ask about the gun.
Sure thing. Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Right.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Let's talk about
Sure,
something
man.
else. I'd like to
Yes,
sell.
we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good.
Ah, man.
Did you
so-
defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger. No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes into this
The
pocket. That's
windfall
good.
is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'd like to sell my clothes.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
I want a
photic
corpse
path,
photo.
Counter-radiance networks. Anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
I like to sell my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
No.
And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Necrotic?
Your mother is a necrotic object.
Oh my
I'm fun. Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector.
Another time, perhaps.
What's with the tie? The biggest lore is hidden within the tie. Yeah, so yeah, my pits hurt. I don't know. I think maybe it was the type of deodorant that I got. And also, okay, so all right. So we just got back from a little vacation with the family. And yeah, I'll explain it.
Can I help you?
Here's the money.
Yes. Have you got it?
Yes.
Well,
I hope you choke on it. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
9 p.m. tomorrow.
Please
Okay.
pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Oh shit.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Need a drink.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
That's a bird. That is a bird.
He sounds irritated.
Are you irritated?
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie?
There's no one
and doing
else
this?
here.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted? Like what?
There's no one here to fix me the drink. What do you want me to do? Oh, sick. Dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. What's in here? Oh, thanks. It's part of my rent there. The aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I wonder where this door leads.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to its cobalt blue. It's part of the something about this place. Oh, beauty, maybe.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
He's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
Stereo investigation. Yes, a mini side.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Who's that? You mean the bartender? Oh, I know the bartender. I know. Oh, sorry, space. I know the bartender.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Okay.
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there.
Why?
I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old
Why don't you
junk
know?
and dust. Junk.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's happening.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Okay. Anyway, I forgot we had to level up too. Out of all the things I need to level up, what do I really need? Empathy. Maybe. Police. I mean, we're going in that route, I suppose. When do I talk to him about our end of the day thing? Can I go in here now?
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the emotion.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still, the lieutenant gives you. He doesn't like where this is going. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Suppress the
The
urge.
murmur
No, I'm
in your
good.
ears
I'm good. Not right now. Not right now. Items. I guess I could sell that stuff too. Is this his room? Where's he gonna stay at?
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Oh wait, no. No, no, wait, no.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation.
Right, okay.
Let's go out to the balcony.
Anyway, we went on vacation, and the hotel room had an itchy bed, and I've been feeling itchy
The
ever
air
since.
outside is brisk.
Yeah.
The lieutenant is silent for a moment.
Oh, that's a
He
cool.
listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation
is he
first
smoking?
and foremost.
Oh, he's a
But I
smoker.
also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
I don't know you smoke.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Did you get so cool?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Can I have one?
I apologize, but I only brought one with me.
Ah!
I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
Below, the city trembles with its remaining lights. People are rushing home, running away from home, smoking, sleeping, singing in the shower. Edges of dining tables, hands, aprons flicker through windows before the lights go out.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
Okay, how do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal.
Oh, yeah.
But we did manage to get him down from the tree. So as they say, all's well that ends well.
Whoops. I just wanted to make sure he was really dead. I can't.
Being sober also tends to help with precision.
Oh.
Anyway, we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something. But maybe the boys in processing will surprise us.
Yeah, in the throat.
We still have work to do at the crime scene. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is in our line. Oof. The initial interviews. Well, talked to some people. Wish we didn't have any interviews. People are treacherous.
Including Eva
Sure.
Claire, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Sure, we can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
Very serviceable name too. I don't know how I feel about my name actually.
Moving on. We talked to Joyce
Okay.
Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting.
Yes.
What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Okay, don't move fast. Russ has to try to keep up. I want to raise money for charity. I don't know why I do the things I do.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And
I kind of like that one. I don't know.
nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Nice. Oh.
Thank you for the compliment. We could manage it even in wooden clogs. There are uncanny running reservoirs in this body. God knows why.
What are exactly our powers, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't it be easy to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Right.
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Ravachol. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
You sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
I see. If someone resists?
We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
He says it matter-of-factly and moves on. There is a slight physical revulsion in him while saying that, but he's worked through it in the intervening years.
Have I killed anyone?
That's an improbability. Perhaps even impossibility.
Of course you've killed people. It's somewhere down there, melting in all the drink.
Must have. I feel it in me.
Precinct 41 is known for a higher than average rate of police violence.
He's not judging you. He's respectfully acknowledging the difficulty of working in your precinct.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Right. I guess I'll ask, what if I kill someone?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Right.
Yes, the international community's mission in Ravachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
It's on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
I'd say the coalition.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Moral intern?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running
oh,
this
yeah.
place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS,
Oh, Insane Clown
most
Posse.
intergovernmental organizations in the
Oh,
world.
sick. Wow. Here they do work. Also.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Is there a symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
Oh.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. Do you?
Oh, I have an opinion? Things are bad out there. We need them here giving us the right police. There's an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This is inhumanism. Stooges. Immigrants, liberal kips. Fucking men are turning into... Oh, shit. Second thought, I don't have a forget about it.
My kind of police officer.
Huh.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. The Union, the teenagers too. It's different in land. In Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Ptolemy Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette. Okay. Oh. Anything else?
Yes? What do you want to know?
Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know about the pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
An apocalyptic omen.
No.
Oh, okay. Will be bloodletting of unimaginable proportions.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move. Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter.
Huh.
Forget I ever mentioned it.
Okay.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
That's racist.
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. If you insist. What do you want to know?
He's wearing glasses. I should go to sleep, but
That's correct.
That makes him a binoclard. Completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
I'm not gonna call him a Beano.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. a geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
Tell me a secret.
No.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
You ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
In your head? Ever just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Okay. Alright. Sleep time? Wait. What's this? Smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, night. See you in the morning.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean? Assess the damage. How would you do that?
Oh, come on, really?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands
Damn
as
it.
you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken because
Oh,
nothing
no.
happens. The air.
Vaporized urine.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Oh, okay.
The sheets feel at once
We
coarse
did
and
it.
clammy against your skin.
First
The
day.
bed
How many
sags
parts was
beneath
that?
your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
A lot of parts. That's for
And
sure.
then sleep does. And then sleep doesn't come.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Killed it.
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay. This is gonna be the thumbnail for sure. Look at your corpse. Look at it. Look at it. There we go. Good enough. Whatever.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
Remember, I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Get them all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Wait, did I fail the game?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
Stinky boy. I think I want to use that as a sound. I want that with that.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm gonna solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before.
Oh boy.
Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Oh. Time to work at the shit factory. Oh man, this poor guy. And he slept with the gloves on.
Good going, buddy.
How was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
That's great.
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Wait, what is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover.
Oh.
How else did you think you even got up from this floor?
No idea.
You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago.
16
with
years?
me.
Wow.
To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
No.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
Yes.
Basically, a week.
Yes.
Let's be honest. 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then.
Eh.
You will be fired.
Eh.
Suit yourself. Slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
I am the spark. I am the Senate. I hear that's a meme of some kind. Pick up trash. Let's remove all trash. Where's the menu go away? Anything else I can pick up trash wise? Look at this mess. Oh. Yeah. Anything else? Now I wonder if I can do this now.
The window
Rather, I
stands
could try
broken
again.
in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Whatever. What about this? Go up. Probably not, but might as well check.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom
Nope,
wall.
all locked. Alright, cool. Any other trash? I think that's it. Okay, yeah, itchy pits. Yeah, it just it kind of hurts. So I've been like scratching all over myself, like all day yesterday and some parts of today. Yeah, been a bit rough. Kim, come on, let's go. Time to work. Passage. There's too many quests. Too many. Oh wait, no, I just got more trash.
The door is still. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
I'm not gonna punch.
The murmur in your
Whatever. I was thinking of doing it. I feel kind of cringe if I did do it. Oh, sick. Whoa. Oh, is he already down here? Oh, he is already down here. Wow, it's like a brand new day. Good morning.
Morning. I've got some good news.
Oh!
I took care of the body.
Ah!
The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep.
Oh. I don't know if I was ready to let him go.
Well, he's in processing now. We have other matters to attend to.
He kind of wishes you'd acknowledged his contribution, but you've missed your opportunity now.
Whoops.
The Union muscle finally turned up.
I just
and they
was
look
just doing a
rowdy.
joke.
We need to talk to them.
Sorry.
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him. The circumstances in Martinez.
But what about this lady?
My preliminary information.
She's kind of sus.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of
remember
an
those
armed wing
days.
of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the tells yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Hey!
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger, just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
One more thing before we do.
Uh.
We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry
Oh, okay.
to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Sounds like I should do that. Am I going all empathy? For morale up. Okay, we're going all empathy. Empathy? Empathy? Still isn't done. Come on. I slept through the whole night. Let's look at this lady. Lady sus!
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Aw.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates the effort, but at the moment her mind is on more serious matters.
The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
He's an
To
imposter.
let the young woman who's
What did I say?
know that we may be delayed.
Imposter.
Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Has been gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
You have more important things to worry about.
But I want to help the old lady.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you both.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Oh,
And if you
so
see
cool.
him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired, and it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
A scientist.
Oh, yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and
Unimpressed?
urban legends.
That's
Bruh.
one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
I'll do this in a second. Usually, like, if I choose other options, it might add more to that so it can get better roll or whatever. Tell me more.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the
One other
Doing his
thing,
job.
He'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reefs, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Oh,
Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to
Tinder.
get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
oh, so cute.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
Got this rare
Oh,
insect.
sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
Minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I want to learn.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically.
Oh, it's a
but
ghost
Oh
insect.
yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoology.
Ah, Kim, chill out.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insular Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it's stayed hidden all these years, centuries even. Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it.
Guess that didn't help.
Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Maybe you can convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids?
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on.
That makes sense.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Take out... Is this a cryptid in this pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
Sorry, I'm 5 years old. War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Oh.
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight. Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own.
What kind of genus are you guys?
Just like your partners.
You're not human.
I'm beginning to wonder if I should.
Please don't misunderstand me,
of
you. I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us.
I think I did the racist thing. I wasn't
you are
reading it.
superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
It's the most dangerous cryptid, though.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Don't you want to hear about another cryptid, too?
The lieutenant pauses, thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Well, the most dangerous cryptid is thought to have been the gnome of Jeroma. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue almost entirely. It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Whoa.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks? confirming the existence of this very little species.
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself.
Wow, wow.
A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
What's the biggest?
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. Mirage or a psychogenous luminance. No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Wow.
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hui. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more.
Cryobacter catlensis. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago. The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she
What?
brought
Why would
back
you
to
do
study.
that?
No doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
Yeah, but
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
oh my god, sorry, I'm yawning. I'm enjoying this though.
Yes, and she's quite mad too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
I wonder if she mentioned
yes,
something else.
Mijanou disappeared shortly after
Was she
injecting
prolonging it?
herself with the bacteria she had brought. Oh, sweetie. It's not all quite so awful, but prolonging one's life does seem to come with risks. After Mijanou treated herself with the bacteria, we
Right,
can
to
assume
repeat
that
that.
she has been living somewhere in the wilderness.
I want to see what else she says.
Mijanou everything has a price, sweetie. After we can assume that Cryobacter, yes, a bacteria. Mijanou disappeared shortly
Preparing for
after
the end
injecting
times.
herself. Mijanou did talk about the end of the world a great deal before her abrupt departure. Everyone thought the bacteria had driven her mad, but she really was a brilliant woman. Maybe the Cryobacter yes, a Mijanou disappeared shortly. Wow, yes. Everything. After we can
Okay.
assume that she
Invisible
has. What an
cryptids.
interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course.
Of course.
All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
She's gonna tell me about the invisible cryptid.
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua.
Whoa, Cold
Its
Da Mama.
name means
Aqua.
thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Does it sound like?
Like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory. It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldamamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them. Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually.
Are they so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
It cuts it out. It stops. I forget what it's called. It's like phasing. But phasing is kind of like the opposite. You do like the reverse type of wavelength, so it kind of, I don't know, but it stops is what I'm assuming.
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
Yeah, they cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
Oh.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Coldamamadaqua population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Oh.
What about what? I'm glad you like them, but I'm not really one to tell you about all of them. You should ask my husband if you get the chance. He's the real expert.
Well, that was fun. I hope you all learned a lot, as I sure did. All right, what's this? Tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. Who's this character?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood. A occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. It must be his name. Garancy. Garancy Kubek. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Sorry, I was itching.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Said we were friends with Mañana.
The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then they're friends.
Okay, they're friends. Great. Is that Porsche?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Porsche need more vodka?
Picks up a bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka, boy!
Oh no!
I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Wait, so do I want?
The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too,
Just let him do
and
it.
seems to wait for you to speak. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language, just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then,
Porsche need more.
Okay, so it...
Vodka!
turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. He smiles, nodding vigorously,
Sure.
then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you.
Okay, cool. Great. We have drink. Where's my drink? Oh no, it's not here. Wait, here it is. Oh, it has 4 uses. Cool. High-proof moonshine. Oh, okay. Moonshine. Wasn't there? Yeah, wasn't there a task for that? Whatever. There was like a lot more people last night too. I guess they're. Oh no, what's this guy? It's all about money, you know. Okay, great.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome. No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
I would assume so.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus
Doesn't want to answer.
Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands, in her face. You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
You said you were in debt to Mr. Blair.
I represent the union and these men here. Don't make this personal.
A very minor victory.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
I suggest
Even though you caught her off guard. Push her some more.
you are not.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
I am a legal counsel.
A very minor victory.
I said
Even you caught her off guard.
you are not.
You set the
I represent the union and these.
a very minor.
I said
Okay, I
Even
guess
you
this
called
isn't
her
really doing
You are not-
much.
You set the pace and the
you
topic
said
of
you
these
were-
conversations.
he said no such thing. This isn't about me.
Calm down, everyone. Let's stay professional.
Dirty tactics, officer.
What are we going to do to you?
You were specifically asked not to say that, and then you said it anyway.
The union
Whoops.
isn't going to do.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it
Okay.
is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Let's.
Okay, I'll do that later. Maybe I can get this money real quick. Thanks. Rows of men in overalls, toting guns. Face card. It's a bowl. Just spit in it, reeking of tobacco.
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. The men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows outside.
It's not tiny.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. You're not so sure about that. Somehow you just know there's something out there behind the glass.
Yeah, your mother.
Nice. Got me. Fucking got wrecked. First thing in the morning.
Was that? Could it be the Col de Mama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear. There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you. What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age.
No, I don't hear the Coldomama d'Aqua, and neither do you.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf. Oh no. The sound.
No!
It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it.
Over where?
No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
Oh man. Imagine. You were certain you did. Well, maybe not quite certain, but let's say you're hopeful, because it would make you very special to be the only human being who can hear this invisible, incorporeal bird. This animate whisper, this particle of sound, you're going to keep listening, sharpening your ear. Yes. What? How do I get rid of the racist? I need skill points to enough skill points. So wait, I need the skill points to forget it? I need to forget how to be racist?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and, alright, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing into the speaker. A strange metallic taste fills your mouth as you stare at the intercom.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait, is she...
Michelle, just please.
Is it a recording?
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box. Your hands are getting cold and your breathing becomes visible, forming small silvery puffs in the air.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean. It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
It's a recording.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. It feels painful to be listening to this. Anger boils up in your chest. Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going. A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head.
For 300 years I have been here, volatile and luminous, made of sodium and rain. If you want me, you can find me on the beach. Donazernebal.
So...
Huh. The strange alien thought pattern ends. Then it cuts in.
It was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Something weird just happened to me.
Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
Shut up, Kim.
That is true.
So like the beach, like where it is right now? Oh, cool. Wait, is that the woman from the sex thing?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs.
Remove this.
An inconspicuous pile of the roof.
You get up there. Get up there. I need to finish talking to that lady, right? Oh wait, I had some like trash put away. What have I talked about? I mean, I don't think I've said anything, really. Been a bad streamer, man. That was a cool shadow.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into... Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
I have alcohol, but I'm not drinking it. I ain't drinking nothing. Yeah, no, I've been a bad Let's Player. Yeah, and so I bought new deodorant, and I'm assuming it's because like it had like some weird aluminum
the
thing.
Worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not.
We can sit on benches after we've.
Oh. What's this? Oh my. Working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming through, so she seems to be browsing. What's a good one?
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Shut up, Kim. Wait. No, we need to go talk to the lady. Kim, you're so sassy lately. What did I do? I mean, I did a lot of things, but... Wait, can I do this? I think I needed conceptualism here.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Whoa, what's that? Looks like there's more construction here. Okay. Running much bigger than this lot. It's worth more than you'll ever earn in your life. That's true.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward.
Yeah, that's
Someone
right.
is
I
using
forgot about
Terminal
this.
B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
You want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now.
Oh, yeah.
Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Oh.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Oh, interesting.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
A cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets. From Martinez to Jamrock, in the traffic you hear the clinking of glass vials, concealed beneath tarpaulin. Or is it just your teeth chattering in the cold?
A lot of it. It comes in from large Samaran factories in South Safre, Sigai, and Sinyao. The literage they
Whoa.
must get from this terminal alone
She
must
said
be
that
oceanic.
very well.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
They're drug dealers.
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in. She simply nods.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
Oh no. I wish to swear. Faulty to you. Okay. He was a beautiful and just.
Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise.
The RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself.
Verm.
However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it? Why, if I may ask? Why make them more drunk? Aren't they corked enough already?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
Very curious. A very curious thing to do.
Truly. But that's how he operates. He just does things, man. And then talks about them, even if it's inappropriate.
Yep.
A strange equanimity has overtaken the lieutenant. He's just going with the flow now. Easy that way.
What else?
I guess he'd have me fun with him.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible and damaging to the RCM.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Yeah, good save. Good save.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun? Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard? Of course, Detective. Should something come up late? Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Want to do... I don't know.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question.
That's the man who was killed. Better not tie the fourth day.
She wants to answer the question.
I need someone to know that I'm this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood closer to her neck. It's the related to that medical episode.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, you're in.
Oh, sick.
Begin with the first one.
Okay.
You appear worldly.
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Maybe.
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. Aren't we all?
Oh.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders.
A brief spike of longing in her upright body. The dots under her eyelids shaked.
As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the Reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
And we'll find cryptid.
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. The boys certainly did not.
There's a spark in the air, a live wire hanging in the wind, in your hungover neocortex. Then the sea air cools it down.
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
Just go.
The great kind.
Like I said, I'm 5 years old here.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed. In the DeLorean century, 380 years ago, they say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is. I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom, coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, wait, no, I need
I'm sure
more.
My memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
I mean, I kind of want to try that.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger.
Wait, was that me?
"Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia. We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
Ah, yes.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help. It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly. What this boils down to is, this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie, out in the open somewhere.
Oh my god.
This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your interest not to blow it.
I have the urge.
She stares at you, head tilted to the side, with a slightly concerned look on her face.
What are you?
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
The drug stuff.
The lorries are... Yes?
I'll investigate. Probably and see what they use.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course, Detective. Take care.
Okay. What did you think about that, Kim?
Yes?
I don't know if you heard that, like, glitch moment there. Or should I try this door again?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint.
Okay. I don't like how the double click just doesn't automatically run. But it's fine. I get used to it. Okay. I feel like... Well, this isn't a beach. But...
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone.
Where? There? Those are old.
You mean like from the revolution? Or...
These bullets were
Let's see what he
fired
says.
during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Oh. Lame. I haven't done the bookshop. I should read some stories, get some bonus pizza or something. I don't know. Multi.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover.
Sick.
Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell.
In hell?
Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat gamebook set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Well, no Heimdall Man.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clods.
What sports magazines do we have? Traditional recipes. They're all about lake trout. Secret.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Yep.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Oh, sick. Cool.
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Sick.
Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Bald man towards a lean man and pets him on the back.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Yeah? He pokes his finger at the lean man. Say it. Chester faked his own death once. Say it. Say it.
Gosh, why?
Civilian. One civilian looks on amazed. Ballman bells a reply.
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
Oh, Francis the Mute, like the Mars Volta album. Francis the Shoes actually would be a great, parody album.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes.
Oh.
We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that
Sexual crimes?
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
I'm never good at these roles. Tome of Fascist Magic? Oh. Green picture book brochure.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Wow.
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Holy shit.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce. I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power. A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Yeah.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
About which one of these innocents was closer to?
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Right.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
I mean, I could afford it, but I also need to pay rent. Sadly. Another boring book just discarded here. Sick.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Nice.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Yeah.
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Nice.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? The book features chapters on topics
kind of agree in a way.
How to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium.
Oh, hell
from.
yeah, magnesium.
How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Oh, sick.
And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Oh, I heard about curse.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf.
Oh, hell yeah.
Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near Pale. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
Okay, sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
Nice.
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the Pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the Pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
Oh, perfect health? Whoa. Should we get my hands? What else is in there?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this Pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it. Indeed, something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
I hope so. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove.
Yeah.
They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian. Unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
I totally feel like an azimuth now.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the river Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivershell East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live, not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it.
Wow.
The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Finally got the map, guys. Finally did it.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Wait, I can't look at the map?
The worn map features the patch.
Oh. I thought I could look at the map. I'm almost done with that thing. Didn't get rid of that other thing. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop now, because it's already been a long part. We'll talk to her and let me just check this real quick then.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, There is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant fingers, nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
Powers?
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Yeah.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Okay, we'll talk to this lady after on the next part. I'll record the next part soon. I feel like I'm wasting too much time in between these parts. And I should really I'm sure this isn't a long game. How long does it say? Hold on. Whoops, Disco Elysium. Main story, 23 hours. Whoops. 15 hours. I think I'm taking way too long. It says completionist is 45 hours. So, I probably should finish this at some point. I mean, I'm not going for, like, the best playthrough, obviously. But still, like, leisure, 37 hours? Whatever. Anyway, thanks if you're watching this. Hey, how's it going? My name is pseudojim. I'm the voice behind the gameplay. Wow, my pits are feeling a lot better right now, so that's good. Yeah, feel free to watch any of the other parts that you missed. I've also been playing Demon Souls if you're into that. There are also other playthroughs that I did on stream that I uploaded on this channel, so you should check that out if you want. I also have a regular channel where I'm trying to do some cool stuff in there. You should check it. All right. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are the best.